Howdy, my name is Nick Offerman and I find a profound joy in the simple act of working with wood. It's a relationship, really. You listen to the grain, you feel its strength, and you respect its history. For me, the scent of fresh-cut oak or the smooth feel of sanded maple is more satisfying than just about anything else. It connects me to the earth and to generations of craftspeople who came before me. This workshop is my sanctuary, a place where honest labor turns a humble piece of timber into something with purpose and beauty. It's a good, clean fun that feeds the soul. Wooden swords, you ask? Well, they are special. They are more than just toys or props. A handcrafted wooden sword is a link to our past, a tangible piece of history and legend. Think of the countless stories of knights, samurai, and Vikings. Their blades were extensions of their will. Making one from wood allows you to connect with that tradition in a very personal way. You are not just building an object, you are crafting a story. Each pass of the plane, each stroke of the sandpaper infuses the wood with your own spirit and dedication, making it uniquely yours. My goal today is to share this passion with you. I want to guide you on a journey, from a novice holding a block of wood to a master holding a finely balanced blade. We will walk through this process together step by step. It doesn't matter if you've never held a tool before. The beauty of woodworking is that it welcomes everyone. All you need is a little patience, a willingness to learn, and a healthy respect for the craft. We will turn that raw material into a symbol of strength and artistry that you can be proud of. First things first, you need to choose your wood and your design. For a beginner, I recommend a sturdy but workable wood like poplar or pine. They are forgiving and won't fight you too much. If you feel more ambitious, oak or maple offer incredible strength and a beautiful grain, but they demand more effort. As for the design, look to history for inspiration. A simple Roman gladius is a great starting point. A Japanese katana with its elegant curve presents a wonderful challenge. Choose a design that speaks to you, but be honest about your skill level. The best first project is one you can finish. Now that you have your wood and a design in mind, it's time to bring it to life. We begin by drawing the shape of your sword directly onto the wood plank. Use a good sharp pencil and a straight edge to get your lines clean. For any curves like the tip of the blade or a sweeping guard, a flexible ruler or even a steady hand will do the trick. Take your time with this step. A well-drawn plan is the foundation of a great sword. Double-check your measurements, make sure everything is symmetrical, and be certain you are happy with the outline before you make a single cut. With your design traced, we move to cutting. If you're using hand tools, a coping saw or a Japanese pull saw will give you excellent control for cutting out the shape. Clamp your wood securely to a workbench to keep it from moving. If you have access to power tools, a jigsaw or a bandsaw will make quick work of the task. Always remember your safety. Wear your glasses to protect your eyes from sawdust, and keep your fingers far away from the moving blade. Let the tool do the work, don't force it. Follow your lines carefully, cutting just outside of them so you have room for shaping later. Once the rough shape is cut out, the real artistry begins, shaping the blade. This is where you create the bevels, the tapered edges that give a sword its iconic look. A hand plane or a spoke shave is perfect for this, allowing you to peel away thin ribbons of wood with precision. You can also use a rasp and file for more detailed work. The goal is to gradually remove material from the center line to the edge, creating a gentle, even slope on both sides. Check your progress often by looking down the length of the blade to ensure it remains straight and true. After the blade is shaped, we turn our attention to making it smooth. This is the sanding phase, and it requires patience. Start with a coarse grit sandpaper, something like 80 grit, to remove the tool marks left from shaping. Work your way through progressively finer grits, 120, 180, and finally 220 grit. Always sand with the direction of the wood grain to avoid scratching it. As you move to finer grits, you will feel the surface transform from rough to silky smooth. A good sanding job is the secret to a professional-looking finish, so don't rush this part of the process. The blade may be the soul of the sword, but the hilt and guard are its heart. This is where you can truly personalize your creation. The guard, which sits between the blade and the handle, can be crafted from a separate piece of wood. You can make it a simple, straight crossguard like a classic knight's sword, or something more ornate. Cut out its shape, then carefully carve a rectangular slot called a mortise in the center. This slot should be just big enough for the tang, the part of the blade that extends into the hilt, to slide through snugly. Next, we craft the grip, or the handle itself. This should be comfortable and provide a secure hold. You can shape it from the same piece of wood as the blade, or you can attach two separate pieces of wood called scales to either side of the tang. I personally like using a contrasting wood for the grip to add visual interest. Shape the handle so it fits your hand perfectly. You might want to add some gentle swells or curves. Once you are happy with the shape, you can add texture by carving grooves or wrapping it with leather cord for an even better grip. Attaching these pieces requires care and a good wood glue. Apply a thin, even layer of glue to the surfaces that will join together. Slide the guard onto the tang until it sits flush against the shoulders of the blade. If you are using handle scales, glue and clamp them firmly onto either side of the tang. Use clamps to hold everything tightly in place while the glue dries, which usually takes several hours. Wipe away any excess glue that squeezes out with a damp cloth before it has a chance to harden. A strong bond here is crucial for the sword's durability. Once the glue is fully cured, you can add the final personal touches. This is your chance to make the sword truly one of a kind. Perhaps you want to carve a symbol or your initials into the pommel, which is the cap at the end of the handle. You could inlay a small piece of a different colored wood into the guard for a decorative flair. Maybe you want to add a simple wood-burn design. Let your creativity guide you. These small details are what elevate a project from a simple piece of wood to a personal heirloom, a testament to your hard work and vision. With your sword fully assembled, it is time for the final finish. This protective coat will not only make your sword shine, but will also protect the wood from moisture and wear. There are many options available. A simple coat of boiled linseed oil or tung oil will penetrate the wood and bring out the natural beauty of the grain, giving it a warm, matte look. For a harder, more durable surface, you can apply a few thin coats of polyurethane or lacquer. Apply the finish with a clean cloth or brush, let it dry completely, and then lightly sand with very fine sandpaper before adding the next coat. Before you hang your masterpiece on the wall, you should test its balance and strength. Hold the sword in your hand. Does it feel comfortable? The point of balance should typically be a few inches in front of the guard. This will make it feel lively and responsive, not clumsy or heavy. Gently swing it through the air, carefully of course, and away from anything fragile. Listen for the sound it makes. Check all the joints to ensure they are solid and secure. A well-made wooden sword should feel like a sturdy, reliable tool, a solid extension of your arm. Now, find a place of honor to display your work. A simple set of wall hooks or a custom-made stand can turn your sword into a beautiful piece of decor. Displaying it properly not only shows off your craftsmanship but also keeps it safe. Proper care is simple, just wipe it down with a soft, dry cloth from time to time to keep it free of dust. Avoid storing it in a damp place or in direct sunlight, as this can cause the wood to warp or the finish to fade over time. Treat it with the respect it deserves, and it will last a lifetime. Finally, I invite you to share your creation. The woodworking community is a wonderful and supportive place, full of people who appreciate the dedication it takes to make something by hand. Post a picture of your sword online, show it to your friends, or bring it to a local woodworking club. Don't be shy. Sharing your work is a way to celebrate your achievement and inspire others to pick up their own tools. Welcome to the fold. You have taken a piece of nature and with your own two hands given it a new story. That is a fine thing indeed.